In a new and extensive Facebook Live Q&A with Marvel head honcho Kevin Feige, the studio head talked about how the Marvel vs. DC Comics feud doesn't extend to the people working behind the scenes. With the recent success of Wonder Woman proving big at the box office, Feige as well had only good things to say about DC and its fearless leader, Jeff Johns. Speaking in the Facebook Live chat, Feige said, "There's not really a rivalry. The rivalry is much more amongst the press, I think. Jeff Johns is a very good friend of mine. We grew up together in the business and recently celebrated Richard Donner, who we both used to work for. So I applaud all the success he's had. I really just look at it as a fan. When the movies perform well and are well received, it's good for us, which is why I'm always rooting for them." Christian, what do you think about Feige's comments about DC and Marvel?
We've been saying this for so long. I mean, you got to remember that the superhero genre is a genre. It's a genre. It's not just like, oh, superhero movies they're gonna burn out. It has become very similar to where horror movies, action adventure movies, superhero movies are a genre. So if you are part of the genre, you want it to do well. Like people always say, here's another example: Schmodown and movie fights. They're game shows. I want movie fights to do amazing. Movie fights want Schmodown to do amazing because they're the same. They're the audience. They want that kind of you want that fun and people to be excited about what you are doing. Wonder Woman, it's in the same type of thing that what they're gonna do with their next Avengers movie. It's like people get excited for that stuff. So it makes so much sense. We've talked about this for a very long time. You absolutely want Feige to be that guy who's rooting for it because they run in the same circles. Now there's gonna always be that competition. Don't let them fool you. Like when they put out a certain movie, they want it to do better than the DC movie. Of course they do. I mean that's part of it. But they're never rooting against it because if Wonder Woman or these other movies, if the audiences stop watching them and don't get excited about them, then that means then that means, are they going to stop watching our movies too because they're just getting tired of this genre now? So Feige's always been a smart dude. Feige knows how this business works, and he's not and to be also the other side of that too. Even if he was, he's not going to say, yeah, we're not rooting for them. We're not. But I tend to take him as his word because business size, it makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, this is something we have been saying forever. Like, look, if you put I don't know, take me and Sam, for example. So we go in and do Schmodown, whatever. Yeah, so Whitwer. You know, I like Sam very much. I think he's a great dude. Do I want to do better than him? Sure I do. I beat him twice, by the way. But I also want him to do great. I want him to do great, but yeah, the competitive part of me, I want to do a little better. Does Feige want a Marvel film to be the top box office earner of the comic book genre that year over DC film? Sure he does. But it kind of goes back to the same thing that Henry Cavill said. Right. Remember Henry Cavill talked about this not too long ago. Henry Cavill loves Marvel movies, and he cheers for them, and he wants them to do great because Henry Cavill said, because if they do great, that means the audience will love comic book movies more, which means more people will come to see our comic book movie. It's something that is so simple that Jeff Johns, Kevin Feige, Henry Cavill, Chris Evans, that all of them have talked about and said, and they all understand, but it's really frustrating sometimes when you keep reading some fans who just don't get it. There's definitely a DC Marvel rivalry, but it's a fun, competitive, a rising tide raises all ships kind of thing. That's why I always tell like people who are stone cold, hardcore, corporate zombie slaves of Marvel that just want Marvel to say, it's like, you better be cheering for DC movies to do well. It doesn't, whether you like them or not is different, but you should be cheering for them to do well because that will be better for the Marvel films. And if you like love DC and hate Marvel, you should be cheering for Marvel films and hoping they do well because that will translate into good things or at least give a little bit of an advantage to DC films later when they come out. The presidents understand this. The talent understands this. The fans need to understand this too. What do you make of his comments?
I like what you guys said, but I still think there's a deep rivalry there. Not to a rivalry point where they're enemies. Obviously, I believe Feige says him and Johns grew up together, they're friends. I believe that. But just like in any sport, you know, people admire each other, but there's still that competitiveness to win, whether it's in the business world or the market. Talking about Floyd Mayweather and Conor McGregor. All I heard yesterday with Dana in Floyd's his rep was saying that, look, I respect Conor, I respect Floyd, I respect Conor, I respect Floyd, but you want them to garner as much adoration as they can, because when they come together, they're going to make tons of money, right? That's the whole
Absolutely,
point.
yeah.
But John, when you say every time you start this show, this is the best damn movie-related show on the planet, you are speaking that into actuality because you believe it, and I believe that you believe it. Now, it doesn't mean you don't like the guys from Screen Junkies or IGN or any other internet site that does what we do, but you believe that this is the best because you come out here every day and you bring your best and you want it to happen. And that's fight, that's fire, that's competitiveness. Sure. You can still be friends, you can still be nice, you'll shake somebody's hand, not talk smack, but it is a competitive spirit.
Yeah,
Sure, but
the difference,
the difference there is like our friends over at Screen Junkies. Do I want to do better? Do I want to be better than? Absolutely. But I also understand that the healthier, like somebody like Screen Junkies or other online movie sites and stuff, the better that Chris Stuckman does, the better that Jeremy Johns does, the better that the whole market becomes is ultimately good for us. Sure. Do I want us to be the best? Do I want to win? Yes.
Of course.
But I want them to succeed. I want everybody else to succeed, because if they're succeeding, that means our space is growing.
Because people are interested in what we're doing, and that
more and more.
Yeah, and I think that's what we're all saying the same thing.
Right.
So we're all saying that Feige legitimately wants the space to do well, but they want Marvel to be the best in the space.
Yeah. Like if you and I are competing in Schmodown, right? I want to win.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean I want you to fail.
Right.
Yeah.
And he wants you to do
great.
better in your next match.
Yeah.
For when you guys play, it looks better on him when he beats you.
And like the best matches we've had in Schmodown, keeping on the Schmodown analogy, it's those ones where the competitors push each other to the limit and it goes to the final question. Those are the best ones. So yeah, you want to win, but you don't necessarily want the other guy to fail.
Right.
All right. Anyway, that's just kind of one way to look at it, I guess.